internet of value at Ripple, we're thinking much bigger than just cross-border payments. It's kind of like Amazon with rare books in the early days, just this market happens to be a $10 trillion market.
We are at a historic turning point.
Said in the past that you are doing for money what email did for communication.
Moving the whole revolution forward.
Take on it.
There's trillions of dollars parked around the world. XRP.
Is there a possibility that Ripple could take over SWIFT one day?
Well,
welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of 24 Hours Crypto. Let's get right into today's video. My goodness, the markets, and I saw it live, just took a well, it wasn't a massive dump, but XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, they all took a decent amount of a drawback. And I was watching it live. Wow, that sell pressure was absolutely insane. Let me know if you guys were watching the candles when XRP and Bitcoin was dumping. That was amazing. And Ripple comes out today, drops a bombshell. Ripple adopts the Chainlink standard to further Ripple USD utility and access in DeFi. Can we take a moment of silence, for the individuals that was saying Chainlink is going to replace Ripple? My goodness, did we invest in the wrong thing? But little do they know they were uneducated. And we made a video about this 4 months ago, right? Saying, did we make a mistake by investing into XRP instead of Chainlink and Quant because they were making a lot of noise? And guess what? This aged perfectly, and everything else will on this channel. $100 XRP is going to age perfectly because logically speaking, it's going to happen. And to every single individual, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. And what I'm going to read here by Magnus Jones, shout out to Cyphers for this one, it's monumental. Just listen to what he says. I'm going to go over his background. Your jaw is going to hit the floor. It's one of those. And it's truly, truly an amazing time to be alive, because this is like, getting to the stock market in the 1700s. Like, do you understand that? We're at ground zero of this crypto ecosystem, and we're all going to ride this to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 trillion dollars. That is just so exciting. So by adopting the Chainlink standard for verifiable data on the Ethereum blockchain, Ripple is enhancing the utility of RLUSD across the on-chain economy. And later throughout this video, I'm going to play this episode that we aired of Chainlink. You don't want to miss a second of this, because you're going to learn a lot of valuable information, the difference between, Ripple and Chainlink and what their purposes are in this new world economy. Okay, they serve different use cases. And now let's get into what Magnus Jones says here. Okay, monumental. Let's go back to his resume. He's the Vice President of Regulation at the European Web3 organization. Okay, and also a member of Interpol, expert group on metaverse. And forget all this stuff. Take a look at where he was previously, almost 16 years at EY, okay? And these are monumental. We have to cover this because experience means a lot. And for some of you guys that may not know, I've had 10 years of regulated financial work myself. Okay, no longer there anymore. But I've worked in a regulated industry my whole life. And I know the importance of, onboarding or individuals when they talk, especially what their background is, that they know a lot more, but they just can't say it. They know, and I always say this, there is one or two people at Ripple that know exactly how high XRP can go. And please let me know what you guys think in the comments down below of that take. Okay, I am 100% certain that there is maybe one, two, maybe a group of three individuals that know exactly how high the value of XRP go. Okay, that's facts. And like when we do math here and we say logically $100 is going to be met, it has to logically. It's a math-based currency. So when you scale the system, you can't suppress the price. Okay, the bigger the network, larger the transactions. It's just like it. I know there's a handful of you that understand it, and it's just like, wow, right? It's incredible. And remember this video from EY, and I said, remember when these guys are the educators, and it's very important when they speak, you got to listen. Before I read what Magnus says here, listen to this presentation. You guys have heard it before, but just take a look at where these guys are coming from. They're all on the same boat.
This part of the conversation is called the Great Liquidity Reservoir, and I am going to struggle to convey just how much capital there is behind this regulatory dam, because the numbers are just monumental, right? How much money is there? Well, let's start with the most liquid of the liquid, right? Bank deposits, stocks, and bonds. $400 trillion. There's another $379 trillion in real estate, right? I'm not going to say all of this money is going into crypto, but quite a lot of it will end up in crypto, and a huge amount of it is going to end up in tokenized digital assets.
Incredible. Okay? And then when we go to what he says here, take a listen to this, okay? Listen very carefully. Remember his background, and remember everything that we have covered on this channel. Okay? If it's the first video you're watching on this channel, go watch our previous ones, because this video is not going to just do justice alone. Magnus goes on to say, we zoomed out and looked at geopolitics and the macro perspective about critics that are becoming believers. However, being in this market for more than a decade, we know that there are no trees growing straight into the sky. It's a complex picture, a picture that also involves politics. And it's crazy because we said when Trump comes back, this was the whole plan from the get-go. As Torporn highlighted in the current impact of Trump administration, this is less than 4 weeks ago, versus the future potential state of the USD and the world debt in general. Also, timing of generational shifts. Generational shifts. And if you guys remember Citibank,
like we're in the midst of a once-in-a-lifetime shift. The architecture of finance, and by that I mean global currencies all the way down to payments, lending and deposits. It's unbundling bit by bit, and it's rebundling around a new, largely digital architecture. And this
but needed even more important in the short to medium term timeframes. The regulatory shift of a tsunami coming in 2025, like they know, and guess what? He's human, okay? From 2025 and going forward the next 3 years, the next 3 to 5 years should not be underestimated, okay? The regulatory shift, I got to read this again, of tsunami and just the tsunami on liquidity as well coming from 2025 and going forward the next 3 to 5 years should not be underestimated. All these things have to be seen in a traditional point of view and applied when understanding the crypto market, right? But listen to what he says here. Take a listen to this. So he says, yes, it's for sure more than one market. Just look at the Solana meme craze and airdrop mania last week. Or yesterday when the market cap of meme Doge exceeded the value of Porsche because Elon Musk referenced Doge and Tesla. And take a listen to this. He actually highlighted XRP or XRP craze. It seems like everyone believes that XRP will be the preferred global coin for all the banks in the world during bull markets. I'm not saying one thing or another will happen or not. Do your own research. But a fair question to ask is, will we have a correction? And he says, of course, it's volatile. Of course. It's a brand new asset class. We need volatility. Volatility is very good and healthy for the long term of this whole crypto ecosystem. Okay? Please understand that. But I still cannot believe how we just addressed XRP out of nowhere, right? Monumental. Remember his background. Remember what they know, okay? There's a lot of untold information, unseen information that's floating around internally. And why I always say that is because I was one of those individuals that, circulate internal memos and, retail wouldn't know. Right? Like I always use this as an example when we did the whole transition from paper to digital, right? We started that, I believe it was in 2014. It was around 2015. And even now in 2024, you're still seeing paper, right? But the thing is they're all pushing for e-statements, and they want everything to be digital. Things take time is what I'm trying to tell you, right? Given my experience and given how long it took them, and it's still going to transition from paper to digital, right? And think about it this way as well. All the paper that was collected, right, throughout the inception of banks, they get archived after, but all those still need to be scanned into the system. So all those paperwork still need to be uploaded into these databases. Again, there's just so much information out there that I can't even relay on to what I've seen in my 10 years of experience, but the importance of following these individuals, the connections, their backgrounds. Remember how I tell you about all the individuals jumping ship from, big corporations to Ripple. When XRP takes over Bitcoin, and when I say that, some of you guys get confused. What I mean is XRP will take the #1 spot, not the value of Bitcoin, okay? The market cap will surpass Bitcoin's market cap because it's a utility token, okay? I don't want to just use the word utility because it sounds cool, right? But at the end of the day, it's an asset that is actually solving a real problem, and it can do it at scale. So when we talk about it doing it at scale, that's where we see the exponential growth. And now I'm gonna play the video that we aired 4 months ago. It's less than 6 minutes. I recommend you watch this again because it's very important so you're educated on what these assets are doing, okay? And this is Chainlink and QNT, very important. You do not miss a second of this. This got less than, I believe it was around like 10,000 views. So there's a lot to learn here, and it's gonna abruptly start as soon as I stop talking here, and you're gonna see the value of Bitcoin at a different price because it was recorded 4 months ago. And also you're gonna see the value of XRP, I believe it was at like 56 cents, okay? So take a listen to this and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Swift utilizing Chainlink, BIS coming together with the Bank of England to collaborate with QNT. What are we doing holding Ripple and XRP? Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I'm gonna give you the 3 different explanations of QNT, Chainlink, and XRP. This is very important for you guys to all understand because you guys have seen the articles from Swift talking about how they unlock potential of tokenization with successful blockchain experiments. And they go on to mention how they're working with more than a dozen major financial institutions and market infrastructure and Chainlink, okay? These all serve a different purpose. And then we have QNT collaborating with BIS, on Project Rosalind. Well, sit back, relax, because in today's episode, you're gonna know what they all serve. Let's begin with a straightforward explanation of XRP, QNT, and Link. First, XRP. It is a layer 1 blockchain, and its role is to act as a bridge currency, and its use case is to enable instant settlement of transactions. And now when we move over to QNT, Quant is not a blockchain, but an interoperability platform. Let me explain. QNT is a technology platform that enables interoperability between different blockchains and networks. The key product of Quant is Overledger, which acts as a gateway for different blockchains to communicate with one another. While QNT is the native utility token of the Quant network, it is used primarily for accessing the Overledger platform and services, not as a currency or an asset on a blockchain of its own. Okay, that's very important for you guys to understand what these tokens actually, what the utility is behind it. And then when we go over to Chainlink, Chainlink is not a blockchain as well. It is a decentralized Oracle network. Chainlink connects smart contracts on blockchains with real world data, APIs, and external systems. It acts as a bridge between on-chain world blockchain and off-chain data sources like databases, web APIs. Chainlink does not have its own blockchain. Instead, it operates across various blockchains like Ethereum, Binance, providing them with reliable data feeds. And this is why XRP trumps pretty much every other coin. Unlike Quant, Chainlink, and even XDC, which have their own unique strengths, XRP is specifically designed to facilitate cross-border payment by bridging different currencies. This makes XRP especially valuable in the global financial system where fast and low cost and reliable currency exchange is critical. And when we talk about bridging these different currencies, don't forget the volume and the number of transactions that are going to take place on a daily basis.
Billions of transactions of different kinds of assets tokenized, but all transacted in the same way. Because one thing we have learned is when you unlock friction, you have an explosion of market usage.
And we all know that XRP is being adopted by numerous financial institutions around the world for their cross-border payment. And that's making them a leader in this space. We could all agree that Ripple, the company, the enterprise, they are the leading innovators in this whole blockchain sector for when it comes to payments. Hands down. There's no disputing that whatsoever. Nobody's on Ripple's level whatsoever. And if you're thinking that somebody, again, I'm not trying to come off, so aggressive here why Ripple's the best. I'm not a maxi. I hold other coins. But Ripple is not comparable to any other digital, startup whatsoever. XRP stands out for its dedicated use case as a bridge currency, making it uniquely positioned to address the needs of global liquidity and streamline financial transactions. And you guys know from my previous videos, we talk about having deep liquidity and how liquidity is going to be the fundamental driver. And, it's going to be the crucial aspect of this next infrastructure, and how the early days of Bitcoin, their goal was to, solve this payment system. And we know that failed. So very soon, a lot of people are going to get blindsided. Ladies and gentlemen, I do appreciate every single one of you guys. Today's episode is going to be a little bit of a short one, but that's all you really need. Chainlink, QNT, XRP, completely different use cases. Please understand that. Same with XCC. They all serve a different use case. And that is why, again, so bullish that the value of XRP has remained where it has pretty much for years. Okay? Like, that should be so bullish. I can't stress this enough. The fact that the value of XRP has remained where it has pretty much since inception just shows you the bigger plan behind it, and how there's zero utility right now. None of these tokens are being used right now. Zero is being used within financial infrastructures. A Bitcoin ETF, there's no utility behind that. So with that being said, enjoy your Saturday. We will be back with another video.
Building RippleNet with the thesis that crypto liquidity would eventually be able to support robust global payments, large payments. RippleNet was designed so that customers seeing the benefits of our fiat-based network could flip the switch to ODL once the market was mature enough. And this is exactly what's happening. Flip the switch.
I think what we're building has, it's solving a real problem. And I think all of the tokens, my advice to anybody would be, understand the utility. If there's real utility and there's real value being delivered to a real customer, there will be value in the token.